What up, guys? Your boy Quake back with a brand new episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast, number 277, powered by the one and only Golden Eagle Energy Drink. Get your Golden Eagle Energy Drink at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. They're sponsoring all of season 4 of the podcast, so support them because they're supporting us. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Support them, guys. Please. Appreciate it. Let's get into a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff on this podcast. There's been news backed up like crazy right now. So there's going to be quite a bit I'm going to be talking about. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. Boosie badass. I know I made a video on that. when I put one of the Boosie 50, when I was talking about the Boosie and 50 thing, people were getting mad that I was calling him Boosie and not Boosie. Boosie, same shit to me, man, at the end of the day. Boosie badass, responds to BG's arrest because he performed with Boosie. And I talked about this on the last episode, so let's go over the article. Boosie Badass has criticized BG's arrest following their concert performance, which could send the Hot Boys rapper back to prison. BG is accused of violating his probation through the performance, as he is not allowed to associate with other convicted felons as part of his probation. Another condition of BG's release requires him to obtain prior written approval before entering self-employment, which he did not do when he released the album Choppers and Bricks back in December with Gucci Mane, who is also a convicted felon. Boosie, who BG performed with on February 8th in Las Vegas, has now laid into the authorities for their treatment of the New Orleans rapper, who was only released from prison in September after more than a decade behind bars. So let's hear Boosie speak on this.
Hey, I'm going to need all my supporters, all rap supporters to get behind and try to stop what's going on with BG. These people trying to lock BG up for rapping, bro. Say he put an album out with Gucci. Say he's not supposed to put music out. Say he did a concert with me that he was allowed to do by his Vegas officer, bro. Like, they trying to lock this man up for rapping, bro. Say he can't put music out on Spotify, Apple. This gotta stop, bro. We need to fight for our people, bro. This man has passed every drug test, community service. Bro, wrong is wrong. You can't be self-employed and put out music. This man been doing this since 13 years old. He is an artist. He's not somebody who trying to be a rapper. Like, I gotta speak up for this, bro, because you trying to lock somebody up for rapping, for his job, saying he can't put out music, saying that he gonna get locked up if he do another video rapping in the car. I don't know what's going on in New Orleans courtroom, bro, but wrong is wrong, bro. You can't do this, bro. This
all facts, man. There's nothing that I disagree with. Boosie speaking up, and rightfully so, because it happened when he was performing with him. This is just bullshit. Like I said in the last episode, complete bullshit. I don't know what's going on with the prosecutors over there, whatever the hell, the laws over there. Whatever's going on over there, they need to check themselves, because this should be a hip-hop concern for people. Regardless if you're a fan of BG or not, it's still a threat to hip-hop's music, its identity. Hip-hop is not this thug, gangster, just a bunch of thugs and bad people in hip-hop, and that's all hip-hop's for. No, it's produced a lot of great things for a lot of people. It's created a lot of jobs, including mine, what I'm doing right now. So it's helped a lot of people and done a lot of great things, and a lot of these artists are fathers, and they're out here helping the community, trying to do their best. Obviously, the music isn't as perfect as it should be, but nobody's perfect. No human's perfect. So I agree with Boosie, man. It's bullshit. I got mad on the last episode, and I'm just as mad now. It's straight up bullshit. So shout out to Boosie for speaking out, man, because, hopefully they figure out the situation and resolve it so he can actually do his job. Like Boosie's saying, the guy was rapping since he was 13 years old. Like, that's all he knows is music and rapping. That's it. He doesn't have a skill set that he can just go to. He's not, he's never worked a regular job in his life. So, that's bullshit that they see that as like, nah, it's not a job. Like, he's been doing that his whole life. He's been feeding his family, making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars off it. So that's a real job, guys. So I'm just mad at that shit. So shout out to Boosie. Prayers up for BG. Hopefully this gets resolved. Continuing on, this is just news about Diddy, and I felt like, I got to talk about the diddler and what's going on in his music career. Are people in the public still loving Diddy is the question. And, well, it looks like not right now. Diddy is among hip-hop's most influential figures, though his reputation and popularity have plunged immensely over the past few months following a string of sexual assault and harassment lawsuits filed against him. On Monday, April 1st, Billboard published a detailed report on the businessman's declining radio spins after his ex-girlfriend Cassie accused him of rape and abuse last year. As more and more people have since come forward with similar claims, his catalog's airplay has steadily declined. The 2 weeks prior to the first lawsuit on November 16, 2023, revealed that the 54-year-old's collection of music generated 11,000 plays on air, which Illuminate puts at 23.3 million audience impressions. Over the next 2 weeks after the case was filed, New York City native's airtime dropped by 28% with 8,000 spins. From November 24th to December 7th, soon after Diddy was sued again for sexual assault, his broadcast has plummeted by 41%. His greatest descent thus far. Yeah, so 41% of people are kind of over him right now in terms of musically as well. This trend has remained consistent over the past 4 and 5 months, and the tally from March 15th to 28th shows that his songs only received 1,000 plays with 4 million impressions, marking an 88% drop in radio spins and 83% crash in audience reach since mid-November. This is what I mean, guys. This is exactly what I was talking about. They're going to squeeze Diddy pretty much to the point where he's penniless so that he can't really defend himself that well once they get him in court, because this is how you squeeze him out of money. You get the public to not fuck with his music anymore. You get him to sell shares of his companies, and he's in debt apparently with the houses that he owns. He's in mortgages with them that he owes different companies. So, this is... I saw Charlemagne say something about Diddy and said that it's a sad situation. It's sad to see Diddy go out like this, but because Diddy's been a part of our lives for so long and delivered so many classic hip-hop moments, and he has. There's no denying that. Like without Diddy, we wouldn't have the remix. Diddy invented the remix. And then without Diddy, there wouldn't have been a lot of different artists and people. But, I mean, as sad of a situation it is, he put himself in these circumstances. I don't know if he did these things or not. There's not 100% proof yet. There's allegations, and the feds are going to work on actually getting proof. But, if he did these things, he put himself in that situation. There's nobody to blame but himself. Now, if something happened where, he gets, none of this happened, right? And we just knew Diddy as Diddy, and he just gets run over by a truck and gets killed in the most tragic way, like a Nipsey Hussle type of situation, then it's sad. Then it's like, damn, man. He did all these amazing things and had to go out like that. That's why I felt sad for Nipsey, because it's like, damn, he's helping his community. He dies in the same area that he helped his whole life. That's sad. This is more like, hey, karma, you get what you deserve. If you did these things, then you're a piece of shit and you deserve it. So, the public is swaying away. Now, is this going to sustain? Is this going to be like this forever? Probably not. Right now, just a lot of people are probably disgusted with Diddy because of what's going on. Even if he gets locked up and does his time, whatever, he's still going to get spins. People are still going to listen to Diddy because there's a lot of Diddy classic songs. And it applies the same thing with R. Kelly. I know R. Kelly has a lot of hits, but I don't really listen to R. Kelly like that. Never really have my whole life, to be honest with you. I mean, I've heard songs, it's remixed to Ignition. What's the other records, man? He's got I'm a Flirt and all these other records that I was like, I wish. All these tracks that he has, which are really great. But, the fact that he got charged all that stuff, to me, it's a lot harder to separate the artist from the person. To me, it's a lot harder. Now, I know some people can do that. Some people can say, hey, this is the artist. This is the person. That's why the guy's name is not R. Kelly. His real name is whatever the fuck his real name is. I don't even know R. Kelly's real name. But, that's why P. Diddy is not whatever Sean Combs. There's two totally different people. I can understand that. I can understand people's point of views like that. Maybe if it's an artist I really love, I'll probably have issues separating the two, because none of these things have happened to an artist I really love so far. The artist I love is obviously Eminem, 50, Banks, all these other artists, that I mentioned, J. Cole. If that happened to them, then I would know whether I'd be able to separate the two. But in terms of R. Kelly and Diddy, I've never really been that big of fans of. Yes, do they have classic songs? Yes, were they part of my life here and there at moments? Of course. But I can separate the two. I can put them together and still, see this person as a piece of shit, regardless if they're an artist. So, that's up to people on how they want to decide, if they actually want to do, separate the two, if they're more comfortable with that, or just wash away with the guy completely. But it looks like a lot of people are just washing away with Diddy completely. An 83% crash in audience when it comes to radio spins and impressions is wild. That is an astronomical number. Like, that's basically, you have what, 17% of people still remaining that want to listen to you. So, yeah, man, we'll keep our eye out on this, but it's not looking good for Diddy, man. And his popularity is definitely gonna plummet more, especially if he gets convicted. It's gonna be over, because right now there's still people on the fence. There's people. What's surprisingly to me is there's still people on the fence, which I think those people that are on the fence. It's not actually, let me take that back. It's not surprising. I can see why people are on the fence, because there hasn't been really, 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 really solid evidence. Like, we're talking, there's been allegations. So I haven't seen Diddy as guilty yet in my eyes, and I haven't seen him as innocent. I'm right in the middle, to be honest with you guys. We have to wait until, everything, these things that are going to be happening, going on, what's going to happen through these federal investigations. But if they start gathering evidence, there's proof. Like, throw away the fucking key and get him the fuck out of here, because he's had a lot of instances and a lot of death surrounding him and a lot of conspiracy theories that some of these things tie in where it's like, it's insane, man. It's like a fucking movie. So, speaking of federal, Cassie is going to be helping the federal government try to put Diddy away, which is wild, because in civil court, they settled. In civil court, you can settle and close the thing off in civil court. She got paid whatever she got paid. I think she demanded $30 million or something like that. Got her $30 million. But she said, fuck it, I'm going to put him away too. So she got her money, and it's probably going to get Diddy locked up, because Cassie is the one, I believe, in my eyes, in this whole situation, who probably has the most evidence against Diddy. That's what I'm assuming, because Cassie's been with Diddy for a long time. Within that time frame, you've definitely seen some shit. You definitely recorded possibly some stuff. So let's go over what TMZ has reported. Diddy's ex, Cassie, has been in touch with the authorities in the federal investigation. Not just that, we're told she's cooperating, as are others who've sued him. Sources with direct knowledge tell us Cassie is among the witnesses the feds have been in contact with in connection with the Diddy investigation. We're told she's been working with investigators for several weeks, presumably even before Diddy's homes were raided. So if she's been working before Diddy's homes were raided, that's probably the evidence. Here's the thing. The feds are not going to raid you unless 95% chance they're going to lock your ass up. They're not going to raid you because you have to present what you got to the judge. And we went over this to the judge and convince the judge that, hey, this person is worth being raided. And if Cassie has been interviewed for several weeks, she probably gave him some type of evidence that is ridiculous for them to warrant a raid. Because I believe Cassie's the main one who has the evidence. Lil Rod potentially too, because that's been a lot of like flair, and he posts a lot of images and photos in the lawsuits. But there's been a lot of holes in his theories as well. There's been a lot of pushbacks, and this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. The timing of this doesn't make sense. You got to think too, when these lawsuits, when like Lil Rod's mentioning the timing and dates of this, they're gonna check. Like, the feds are gonna go through everything Diddy's been through in his life with a fine comb. Like, literally, they're gonna go through every little thing. They're gonna check his flight logs. They're gonna check his bank statements. They're gonna check what area he performed at, what area he was at to do an event. They're gonna check everything. They're gonna check the lighting in the room based off the photos, if it was actually that time. Like, they're gonna check fucking everything in this. And Cassie, the fact that she's cooperated and did before the house raids, they definitely got something. At this point, they're not gonna just raid your shit, spend all that time and money for no reason. And that they were very aggressive in raiding too. This is like some aggressive shit. So they must have saw some shit that, like, what the fuck is this? So continuing on the article, given the timing, it seems Cassie may have helped the feds establish probable cause. There you go. Before even reading this, to get a judge to sign off on the search warrants. So just before I even read that, I said the same thing. Other women, we're told, have also been in contact with federal investigators. We don't know what Cassie has told the feds, but presumably it mirrors the lawsuit she filed against Diddy, in which she alleged he forced her to have sex with multiple male prostitutes, raped her, beat her, and piled her with drugs and alcohol over the course of their relationship. She also alleged he engaged in sex trafficking. Diddy denied her claims, but settled a day after she filed her lawsuit. As we all know, Cassie was in a long-time relationship with Diddy for about 10 years before they split in 2018. Her current husband is Diddy's former trainer. Unclear at this point Which of the other women have also been cooperating with the feds? We also don't know if Diddy's ex-employee Rodney Jones has been interviewed at this point. Diddy has called allegations against him and the raids a witch hunt. For now, he hasn't been arrested or charged with the crime. Yeah, we got to make that clear. He hasn't been charged with anything yet, criminally. But here's the thing, too, man. Anybody that's going to get asked to testify is going to go testify. Like, damn near everybody. Diddy's bodyguard, Gene Deal, all the people in the history. Cassie's going to go testify. The lady that got shot in the face during the Shine shooting incident with Jennifer Lopez and Diddy, she says she's going to go testify. People are going out for blood, man. They don't care, man. They're going to testify. They don't give two fucks. It's going to get ugly. Let's just say that. We're literally Diddy. I know right now out and about when you look at Diddy, when there's photos of him outside chilling, he looks cool, calm, and collected. He does. I'm not even going to lie. It looks like nothing's bothering him. I'm sure in his mind he's thinking, damn, it's only a matter of time before I get locked up. And that's literally what's going to happen. I don't know when the time frame is. Keefe D situation, it was early August, house raids, end of September, locked up. So you're looking at almost 2 months range. So I don't know if this month is going to get locked up, next month in May, maybe June, maybe July, who knows? But it's going to happen this year if they actually found something that's significant. But they're going to, like I said, go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and just make sure that every little detail is exactly. They got the flight logs of Diddy's private jet. They got everything, man. So, and that's what they want. They're going to spend all that time and money. And here's the thing, right, with the feds as well and just police in general, they go after what's going to bring the most attention to, their whole situation. Because if they get Diddy, just think about it. Diddy's the head of the snake. That's going to trickle on to getting a lot more different people, smaller people, maybe other people in the industry. If he caught footage, if he actually did record celebrities and politicians and whoever, athletes, if he recorded all that, I mean, bro, like, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. If that information comes out, which I doubt it will because the Jeffrey Epstein stuff hasn't come out, but if that ever came out, all hell would break loose. Like, if we found out, all these celebrities, like 90% of them were doing this type of stuff, then, bro, just throw everybody fucking away. Like, the whole Hollywood needs to get thrown into the trash, and there needs to be a different fucking location named something different and start all over with these celebrities. 50 Cent, of course, added his 2 cents to the situation, and he posted the TMZ article of Cassie testifying. In the caption, he said, "Oh, yeah, it's not looking good for the diddler, LOL." And that's pretty much summed it up, man. It's going to look really ugly as time goes on. Like I said, Cassie, in my eyes, has the most evidence in this whole situation. That's how I view it, especially with Diddy settling a day after. He knew that Cassie's the one that if Cassie wanted to shut everything down, she could, and she actually did. She succeeded. Not only did she get her money of whatever, 20, 30 million, whatever they settled for, she got everybody else to start being brave and submitting lawsuits in the civil. And then that caught, the feds' attention. And now they're going to do what they do. So it begs the question, like I asked in previous episodes and videos, it begs the question, had Diddy settled this privately with Cassie before she went public, would this have ever happened? Would all these allegations ever happen? Or would Diddy continue on doing what he's doing with his life? Who knows, man? That's a question I'm sure Diddy's going to ask himself for years and years to come. But we'll keep you guys posted as time goes on. 50 Cent and Stevie J, we'll be talking about these two because 50 decided to call him out after the Lil Rod sexual assault lawsuits towards Diddy. If you guys don't know, Lil Rod filed a lawsuit in early March and added more details to that lawsuit after the Diddy house raids. And then that's what caused the whole house raids. And then, the whole feds went in and started confiscating things. And that's where we're at now with the situation. And Lil Rod in those lawsuits named a lot of individuals. When it first was released, Meek Mill was named in there. Not like his name was in there, but it was hinting towards, hey, a Philadelphia rapper that, dated Nicki Minaj. That's clear as day. It's Meek Mill. And then other people were named in there. And in the second portion of the lawsuit, there were a lot more people named. Stevie J, who worked with Diddy as a producer and songwriter during the Bad Boy era, and then now is a TV personality, was on Love and Hip Hop, stuff like that. So he's more known now for his TV personality and hanging around with Diddy. And Lil Rod named him in the updated lawsuit. And in there, he claimed Stevie J and Diddy did a lot of things together and tried to get Lil Rod to join doing things together with him. And I'm not going to go over every single detail of the lawsuit that was listed because, it's graphic, and YouTube doesn't allow, very, very graphic content to be, mentioned. But the lawsuit says this: Mr. Jones used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones's admiration of Stevie J, Mr. Jones's Low Rod, to groom and entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality. Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J doing things with another man, and this was done to coerce, basically, him to get into, things with Diddy and Stevie J. That's at least what Lil Rod is accusing. And there's a photo involved there, but someone denied it. I don't know who it was. I forget his name, but he basically said, hey, that's me in the photo. It's not Stevie J. But this is the crazy thing in the whole lawsuit. Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. The following are the screenshots of the videos of Stevie J doing stuff with another person, but the person that's in the video said that's not Stevie J. So 50 posted that, and saying, what the hell is going on? He posted, said new documents show that P. Diddy allegedly used videos of Stevie J having an intercourse with another man to groom men into having sex. Well, 50 said this in the caption with the eye emoji, said, whoa, say it ain't so. And then he tagged Stevie J and said, what the f***? This shit is a mess. Stevie J then responded in the comments and said, get your money, Curtis. We know this entertainment, but ain't no truth to that. And then following that, because a lot of people are probably on Stevie J's neck, following that, Stevie J decided to ask 50 Cent, hey, you want to box? Let's just get to fight, because I'm not going to go back and forth with you on the internet.
Curtis, what's good, man? You and your feelings about Daphne, because she would gang them? Or is it that you sucking Little Rod? However it go, I want you to fade. All that. Since it's entertainment, let me beat the shit out of you on TV or something. Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis? Curtis!
So he's offering to fight, and I don't think Stevie J knows 50 Cent's history when it comes to fighting and how 50's more than well equipped to box somebody, and he's been proving it over and over. Before I get into that, 50 ended up days later responding to him, and this is what 50 Cent had to say. He basically posted a real clip that somebody edited of Stevie J offering to fight him, and then it was edited with a bunch of people laughing and 50 laughing in it, and then in the caption, 50 wrote, but he never said it wasn't true, LOL. And to be honest with you, that's quite funny, because in the video, yeah, he didn't deny it. He didn't say it wasn't true. He did say it in the comments, but in the video, he didn't say it wasn't true. So he continued that onslaught and posted a bunch of articles, interviews, and stuff accusing Stevie J of, getting involved with other men. Here's a Vlad TV one where it says, Jocelyn calling me gay doesn't bother me. Jocelyn Hernandez accuses Stevie of, you know what? You can see on here, I can't really say the word, but receipts. Jocelyn accuses Stevie J of that. Diddy surfaces in public again, speaks on camera with Stevie J behind him. Yeah, that's actually a video that was recent where Diddy was out in public in Miami, got caught, and Stevie J was right behind him. It was quite funny. So 50 wrote in the caption, swipe left to see all these things. So he's been accused of doing these type of things, with other men for a minute now. And 50 decided to clown him a little bit more. But going in on 50's history when it comes to boxing, 50's always had interest in boxing. That was actually something he wanted to do growing up. Black Just, who was in Queens, had a boxing area, boxing gym type of area where he would allow kids to go in and, practice boxing. And 50 really loved it, but ultimately it just never ended up happening. And he ended up basically being an amateur type of boxer, and he liked music more. So, that's kind of the path that 50's always been. But 50's always been around Floyd Mayweather. He's been seen punching the little boxing bag, whatever the hell it's called. I forget the name of it. And he does that really well. And then on top of that, there's been stories of 50 punching a lot of rappers. Ja Rule's one of them. The other person is Fredro Starr of Onyx. He got, there was a story that, 50 snuffed him, and Fredro Starr's always denied that he's never been snuffed by him. But there's a lot of stories of 50 being an avid fighter where he would bully people in Queens, that, he could bully. And he, even going up against Supreme at the time, who, was one of the biggest drug dealers, he would actually, go back at him when he would. So Supreme would grab his head, give him that little nuggie, and then 50 would do the same thing to Supreme, and people would be like, whoa, like we've never seen that for somebody younger than Supreme. So 50 would never really tolerate the bullying. There's always been, stories of 50 boxing and beating the shit out of people. So I don't know if Stevie J actually wants that smoke. 50's still fit at this age. I don't know how old Stevie J is. Let me see his actual age. He is 50 years old. 50's, I believe, 49, 48, somewhere around there. So they're about the same age, man. That would be an interesting boxing match, but I think 50 would actually get him. That's no denying on my end. I think just based off of history. I haven't seen Stevie J fight, so I don't know. But, who would you have in the boxing match? Who do you think would win? Personally, like I said, 50, but that's the story here. I doubt we're going to get a boxing match because a lot of people talk on the internet, and 50 kind of just ignored it because, he wouldn't do it. That's going to bring way more money in Stevie J's pocket than 50 would ever get. And how much really would people watch that? Maybe they would watch it just for the fact that 50's in it, but it's not for the fact that Stevie J's in it. 50's on a whole different tier. It just wouldn't make sense. But, Stevie J's defending Diddy, his homeboy, and, he's going to ride or die with Diddy throughout the whole thing. Do you believe the allegations of Stevie J and Diddy? Let me know who you guys think would actually win in the boxing match. I think 50 even had at one point a junior Olympic boxing thing going on. So I think 50 is more than well equipped to go at Stevie J. It's really that simple. And, we'll keep our eye on this, but I doubt anything is going to come out of this. It's just a bunch of back and forth talk. And 50 is not letting his foot off of Diddy's neck or anybody surrounding Diddy or associated with Diddy. So, yeah, we'll keep you guys posted. Before we continue, I want to give a shout out to Golden Eagle for sponsoring this podcast. Yes, if it wasn't for Golden Eagle, this podcast wouldn't be possible. If you're looking for an energy drink that doesn't tear a hole in your pocket, Golden Eagle energy drink is the one you want to get. Golden Eagle has the smoothest taste with no aftertaste. You don't get acid reflux when you drink it, and you will save a lot of money. So check out Golden Eagle at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. The link is in the description below. And how do you think this podcast would be possible without me having energy to do it? Come on, guys. You guys got to remember this. I need energy to do this stuff, man, because there's a lot of crazy topics. So look how smooth this thing sounds. Look at it. Oh, my God. It's fresh. Look at that Golden Eagle. Look at the can. It's so beautiful, too, man. Look at that. That's so fresh, man. So fresh. Golden Eagle energy drink. Go to the link description below. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Let's continue the episode. Continuing on, 50 Cent is constantly gonna put his foot on Diddy's neck. And another day, another thing clowning Diddy. There were reports by Media Takeout that apparently Ciroc, who Diddy was a brand ambassador for quite some time, are looking to replace Diddy with 50 Cent. And, well, Media Takeout posted that, and 50 Cent decided to post that title on his Instagram page and said, "Good morning, people. Start the day off with positive energy and make what your heart desires happen. Queens get the money," which is hilarious because knowing 50, this is probably one of the best things that he was hoping for because it's just more clowning and more stuff to do. Continuing on, he posted that, but then TMZ ended up reaching out to Ciroc and asking, hey, is this true? Are you guys looking for 50 to be the brand ambassador? So here's the TMZ article. It says this: a report claimed that 50 Cent was being eyed to replace Diddy as the face of Ciroc, something we now know isn't the case, despite the guy himself seemingly leaning into it. Sources connected to the vodka brand tell TMZ there's no such truth to rumors or claims that 50 is the top name getting kicked around among Ciroc executives. This is in the wake of Diddy and Ciroc and its parent company Diageo going their separate ways earlier this year. One report even goes as far as to cite anonymous Ciroc honcho who supposedly said 50 Cent was actually their initial choice to lead Ciroc way back in 2007, with this anonymous person going on to claim that Diddy swooped in and stole the deal. Now that Ciroc and Diddy are no longer affiliated, remember they broke up in the wake of Diddy settling his lawsuit against Diageo. The report suggested a plan was coming together behind the scenes to pitch 50 on coming board, including an alleged $100 million offer. Here's the thing: we're being told by people with direct knowledge about this that there is zero truth to the notion Ciroc wants to lure 50. So if you guys, this is interesting because in 2007, 50 had vitamin water, and actually that year he sold it the percentage he owned. He sold it in May 2007 for $4.1 billion in cash. 50 Cent owned about 8% of the company. So if you did the math, he made roughly $400 million. You do taxes, all that stuff, whatever. The reports around he made $150 million off that deal. That was in 2007. So according to TMZ, they were looking to get 50 back in 2007 with Ciroc. But at that time, 50 was a lot more about a healthier lifestyle. I mean, think about it. He was the only rapper endorsing water. Like everybody else was selling liquor and, whatever else that was unhealthy for you. 50 was endorsing water. And I remember the Formula 50 bottle at the time, and 50 was pushing that, and it made him hella money. I mean, we're talking $100 to $150 million, potentially $400 million, depending on, all the details. But he never got to reveal the details because he signed an NDA and stuff. So this is interesting because, Ciroc denied it, but then 50 posted that TMZ article on his Instagram and said, I own my brands. I wouldn't be an ambassador for Ciroc. I haven't seen anybody drinking that shit lately. It's over. LOL. Ciroc has fallen off in terms of like people drinking it, but 50 is right. He actually owns Branson Cognac and Le Chemin du Roi, which is the two liquor companies that he's, one's a cognac and one's champagne. And those two he actually owns. Like there's paperwork that when the lawsuit happened with that guy that tried to steal the money, it's his brand, Sire Spirits, which is something that most hip-hop artists or people in business don't actually own what they're endorsing. And 50's always been the type to own. He actually, when he owned percentage of Vitamin Water, because what Vitamin Water did initially was they offered him money to endorse it, being a brand ambassador. But 50 was like, fuck that. Like, I want a percentage of your company, and I'll push this shit to the moon. And this was back in 2005. This is during 50's peak. So, of course, they're going to be like, oh, hell yeah. They took a meeting, boom, got 8% of the company, just like that. Made $150 million. After what? In the course of, literally, he got the company in late 2004, pushed it in 2005, 2006, and then 2007 made $150 million. And that was during 50's peak. I mean, now if he's not as influential in terms of brands. Like if you were to endorse something, it doesn't hit as much as back then. Back then, 50 could literally sell you diapers and people would fucking buy it. But back then he was on fire. Video games, clothing, everything. Like everything that you can think of, 50 was pushing it, and people were buying the fuck out of it. But this is interesting in itself. And 50's just, of course he's gonna shit on it because at the end of the day, why would he end up working for a different company? Even if they offered him $100 million, it just wouldn't make sense for him to go against his own company. And he's going to make way more money off his champagne and his cognac than he would be in a brand ambassador. Because people are saying right now, I saw in the comments too, that 50's stuff nobody's really buying it. It's not worldwide. Ciroc is worldwide. People have bought Ciroc. That's because Ciroc's been around for way longer, guys. It takes a while to build a brand. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're the biggest celebrity. If Michael Jackson was endorsing something, it takes time to build a brand. It takes time for brand awareness. These things all take time. Doesn't matter how big of a influential celebrity you are. But I mean, it helps if you're at your peak. That's like usually when, hey, this is like the best of the best. And if you're at your peak there, then it's something else. So, but yeah, well, this is an interesting story, and I just wanted to talk about it. That the whole story of the whole Ciroc and 50. 50 actually, when he was pushing F and vodka, was saying no puffy juice in the hashtags, no puffy juice, going against Diddy with that. But that F and vodka deal, 50 was, I believe at the time, wanting more and more percentage of the company as it grew, and they just weren't willing to do it. So he sold his stake at the time for $60 million, and DJ Envy revealed that. So he made $60 million off that for the time that he was promoting it. I think he promoted it for like 3-4 years, maybe something like that, 3 years, when he's pushing F and vodka every single time. That was a bad liquor. Like that thing was nowhere near competing with Ciroc. I mean, just people hated the flavor. People didn't like the mixture of it. I'm not much of a drinker myself, but that was just what people were saying. So, that ended up, being a deal where he just pushed it, got his money quick, and then now he owns 100% of, Branson Cognac and Le Chemin du Roi. Now, does he own 100%? What I mean by that is like he owns, majority of the percentage. He probably has some percentages given out because, in order to grow a company, you're going to have to sell certain portions just to get other people to push and put more money and put more time into it, because most people are going to push brands unless they own a percentage of it, especially if you're at a high level that, like these other big Jim Beam and all these other companies that push all these liquors. So regardless, interesting story in the whole matter, and we'll keep you guys updated if anything changes with that. Eminem, Slim Shady. This guy's always. I like that Eminem still has this like kid attitude to life, man. He's still funny, goofy. Doesn't matter how old he gets. And this just proves it right here, man. So let's go over the article. Eminem took his fans way back an April Fool's Day joke with a mock album announcement that referenced his earliest days in the music domain. On Monday, April 1st, Slim Shady posted a video on Instagram that begins with an announcer teasing the highly anticipated next studio album before letting on to things that aren't exactly as they appear. So, yeah, let's just play the clip for you guys. It's quite funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. Hey, yo.
The highly anticipated next studio album goes back to where it all started. Infinite. But now, it's even more infinite. Out today.
The reason why it's funny is because how's it possible to be even more infinite? Infinite is infinite. There's no way you can be more than infinite. So that's what kind of made this. That's what gave me a laugh, at least. I was like, how is this even something? But yeah, all this tells me is that Eminem is gearing up to release his album this month. I'm calling it right now. We're going to get it anytime this month, because him doing that it's like, okay, we're just playing jokes to you guys. It's coming. And I saw I don't know where I saw this, man. There was like an article or like a little image that showed Dear Slim in like a letter or whatever. And at the top, it showed the date of like April. Let me actually check the months, or like the Fridays, because it's going to come out Friday. So it showed like April 19th. That's what it showed. But I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out literally, tomorrow or whatever. Any Friday that's coming up in April, I can expect it to be released. So to me, that's a great sign. I'm excited. Like I said, what I want from this Eminem album, the number one thing now that I thought about it really well is that I want an Eminem produced album, because every time Eminem's produced his album, I've always enjoyed those albums, no matter which one it is. And Dr. Dre, obviously, if he gets involved, Dr. Dre and Eminem producing together, I've always enjoyed those albums the most out of all of them. So that's what I would want the most. And then obviously feature-wise, 50 has to be in it, man. That has to be something that hasn't happened in such a long time. I don't want those pop star features with Ed Sheeran, Rihanna, whatever, Pink, all these other people that he has. I hate that stuff, man. I think he's strayed away a lot from hip-hop, even though he's featured a lot of hip-hop artists as well. Not to say that he hasn't. He's actually featured some newer ones that like people most like fresher, which I don't know where he's at right now. No disrespect to him, but like he got featured with Eminem. And then you got Young M.A. She's very talented. That I think more people should pay attention to her. But you got all these newer artists that he brought on that I really, really loved about Eminem, and like in terms of hip hop. So not to say that he hasn't featured anybody in hip hop, but I would like to see more of a hip hop driven album versus, those pop stars that get in the tracks with Ed Sheeran and whoever else. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes out, and I can't wait, man. The second it drops, I'm going to try to go live if I can. I tried fixing a lot of these streams issues that I'm having, but I don't want to go live and have more issues. So if it goes out, this upcoming Friday night or whatever, I'll try to go live, and we'll bump it together, man. That's going to be exciting. So we'll keep our eyes out. Metro Boomin wants some more. Yeah. We don't trust you, motherfucker. Shout out to Metro Boomin, man. This is just funny. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if Metro Boomin's telling the truth. I don't know if he's just scared, capping, or he just wants people to believe that this is the truth. But Metro Boomin tweeted out something that was, to everybody, including me, looked as direct shots at 21 Savage. This is what he tweeted. He said, I see a lot of guys been scared to post the album too. I forgive, but I don't forget. We don't trust you. Now, the reason why people perceive this as a shot to 21 Savage is because 21 Savage never shared the album. 21 Savage is close to Metro Boomin. You would expect that, he would show love to the album, but never did. And the speculations are because 21 Savage is now close with Drake, and he doesn't want to upset Drake in any way, so he didn't share it at all. But he shared like some other guy's album that that 21 Savage is close to. So once that got tweeted out, everybody was like, oh shit, it's on. He's taking shots at 21 now. Boom, boom, boom. But a couple days later, literally like a day later, Metro Boomin says he was hacked. Here we go, guys. Here we go. I hate this stuff, man. Just own up to the words, bruh. Just own up to what you got to say. But this is what he said, and he actually showed a bunch of receipts and stuff and phone calls and how his phone wasn't working properly and all this stuff. So let's go over the tweet. He said this. He tweeted out, "If you get a text or call from me, don't answer until further notice." Then he said, "Just got my phone number and accounts back today. Somebody hacked me the day the album dropped. SMH." That is like really unbelievable. The day the album dropped, you got hacked. So this whole time you've been hacked, you didn't release anything on Instagram. Not Twitter, because if you got hacked on Twitter, right? You didn't release anything on Instagram that said, "Hey guys, don't pay attention to the tweets. I'm hacked." You didn't release a statement, nothing throughout this whole time. But now you finally say something. Come on, man. That's just such bullshit. It is ridiculous. So that's what he says. He's put, got my account. Someone hacked me the day the album dropped, SMH, and all those corny ass tweets. All my day ones know that's nowhere in my character. All positivity always on my end. We blessed. It's all love. # we don't trust you. Then he said it all started 2 days before the album dropped, and all these 416 numbers would call me back to back a million times. It got so bad I had to keep my phone on airplane mode. Then he said, I eventually got an email from Balenciaga rep asking me about an order I had placed and was confused as fuck. There is no date on this email, by the way. There's no date at all. This could have happened literally whenever. Or this could be faked. I don't know. He says, I told my rep at Balenciaga to screenshot all the texts from this person. He sent these. And then he's basically saying that this hacker tried to order stuff from Balenciaga using his number. And he said the shoes that he tried to order are ugly. I would never order these shoes. Then he said this. This guy is so dumb. He was texting the Balenciaga store about Chanel bags. Laughed my ass off. I was so mad, but this part made me laugh a bit. I can't lie. He said guys tried to order over $23,000 worth of Balenciaga to Houston while I've been at home with my family in Atlanta. Yeah, he just sent a bunch of stuff, and he said this is the guy texting Balenciaga, and then he said this is why I never store any music or anything important on any digital cloud. I'm old school. I still keep hard drives in safes. Here's why this is hard to believe, because all this time, the album had been out for, like, when did the album drop? Literally almost 2 weeks now. That's how much time's flying. It's insane. But the album's been out for that long, and not a single statement, not a single, hey, I'm hacked, guys. Do not fall for the... And by the way, would a hacker really, really do it this smooth? Like, to the point where none of us even caught any hacking? Why would the hacker be so nice in the tweets? Like, what does the hacker gain from that? Now, full disclosure, I hacked George Lopez's Twitter. I've been blocked from George Lopez on Twitter for quite some time now. Actually, since I hacked him back in July 4th, 2011. I remember because it was July 4th, obviously American Independence Day. I hacked George Lopez. What did I do? Did I act nonchalant as a hacker? I used to know how to hack really well. I'm going to put that out there. Now I'm kind of a little bit, my skills are kind of deteriorated because there's nothing for me to hack. But if somebody fucks me over, I can hack a lot of things and get through a lot of different things. Do I ever use that tool? No. Have I been tempted sometimes because some people have screwed me over? Yes. But it's a whole different thing that can cause a lot of problems, so I stopped doing it. But I hacked George Lopez, and I remember at that time, I was acting nonchalant for a little bit. But then I started tweeting at Demi Lovato, because Demi Lovato at the time tweeted, why is George Lopez so Twitter happy? Like, he's just tweeting a lot. He usually never tweets a lot. And I tweeted at her, I was like, I don't know what the hell I said. The tweets are still there. That's the funny thing. And then I tweeted at the game, and I said, when is that Red album ever going to drop? Your shit's getting pushed back. 50 washed you. Like, this is what's coming from George Lopez. Like, thinking that's coming from George Lopez. Game retweeted it, was like, shut up, Jorge, or something like that. Your career is... I don't know what he said. I know he said, shut up, Jorge. I remember that in my mind vividly, and I can actually probably find the tweet. But this is back in 2011. So I did all this stuff, and here's what I did as a stupid kid that doesn't think about what's legal and what's not illegal. It's probably illegal what I did, but I mean, I was like, 15, 16 at the time. Wasn't really thinking. I think I was 15. 2010? Yeah, I just hit 16. So I sent out, I said, hey, guys, donate to this company. They need help, blah, blah, blah. Please do it. And I sent my PayPal out, and people were sending me like $20, $5, $20, whatever the hell amount. It wasn't like I didn't make like astronomical amount of money. I probably made like $150 off that. But literally, like the next day, George Lopez got his shit back and blocked me and knew because here's the mistake that I made, which is the dumbest thing ever, is I followed myself on George Lopez's Twitter. So when I followed myself, George Lopez was like, "Who the hell is this guy I'm following?" Unfollowed and blocked that, which was like unfortunate. But if I ever get a chance to talk to George Lopez or even the game, I'll mention that story. It's kind of hilarious. But that's what I mean. Is like you can tell when someone's hacked. You can tell something's out of the ordinary. And people could tell. Like Demi Lovato was like, why is he tweeting so much? Why is George Lopez so Twitter happy? And then the game was like, why is he going at me? And then I would tweet at a bunch of random celebrities and it would get responses because it's George Lopez. So you can tell something was out of whack there. Now, did I make it really noticeable to the point where people wouldn't donate money to me? No. I was smarter than that. But nothing about Metro Boomin's Twitter, like at that moment, could indicate that anything was out of line. He tweeted exactly the same way. Nothing. So that's bullshit, man. I think it's bullshit. I think he's lying. I think he sent that out and everybody knew like it was directly at 21 Savage and he denied it. He said like I got on the phone with 21 Savage. I'm all cool with him. Something like that. Let me see if I can find the tweet. I never said I didn't tweet anything. I've been tweeting from my other phone since the album dropped. I just realized late last night that they got into my socials as well and not just iCloud. So he's not, he said it. So now he kind of backtracked because he kind of realized that's bullshit what he's saying. He said, I never said I didn't tweet anything. I've been tweeting from my other phone. So apparently he has two phones been tweeting. But how wouldn't you not notice like things that you tweet if you're on Twitter? Wouldn't you look at your notifications and see, hey, what is this? Why am I getting responded with this? Yeah, but he says he has a tweet here that he posted on March 28th that said, if you get a text or call from me, don't answer until further notice. He said, I tried to tell you guys 4 days ago. And I don't know. All I know is like, you know, that tweet was just so like that it caused so much of a stir that I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure even 21 Savage is questioning it, but we'll keep our eye on this. Maybe 21 Savage is gonna let his diss fly towards Metro Boomin too, and he's obviously probably gonna side with Drake in this whole situation, but we'll keep our eye out. Pharrell and Chad Hugo, aka the Neptunes, they're heading to court over the name. Very sad situation in my eyes because these two, you know, have shaped a lot in culture when it comes to hip hop and just overall culture, not even just hip hop. They've kind of they've broken those boundaries when it comes to just hip hop. But let's go over the article. Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo have entered a legal battle against each other over trademarking the Neptunes brand. According to legal documents obtained by Hip Hop DX, Hugo and his team have made a filing with the trademark trial and appeal board, accusing his longtime friend and co-producer of committing fraud by attempting to register trademarks for the Neptunes name without his name on it. Throughout their over 30-year history, Hugo and Williams agreed to and, in fact, have divided all assets, the documents read. By ignoring and excluding Hugo from any and all applications filed by applicant for the mark, the Neptunes, applicant has committed fraud in securing the trademarks and acted in bad faith. So right now it's looking like Pharrell's a bad person. A representative for the Happy Hitmaker made a statement to Billboard on Monday, April 1st, saying Pharrell is surprised by this. We have reached out on multiple occasions to share in the ownership and administration of the trademark. We'll continue to make that offer. So there you go. What's the issue? The goal here was to make sure a third party doesn't get a hold of the trademark and to guarantee Chad and Pharrell's share in ownership and administration. What's the problem here? Hugo's lawyer, on the other hand, felt that was a lie. If Pharrell's intent was to include Chad in the filing, he should have registered in the name of their jointly owned company, Neptunes LLC, and not in his own name, he said. This was a land grab in a long simmering dispute that has yet to be resolved. There are currently 3 separate applications over the name that Hugo is disputing. One for streaming music, the second for music videos and other content, and third covering live performances. According to legal paperwork, Pharrell filed for ownership in 2022 under his PWIP Holdings LLC. Elsewhere in the case, Hugo's attorneys say they've repeatedly contacted Pharrell's team about the problem. They also noted that the Louis Vuitton designers company has insisted on onerous business terms that would deprive Hugo of proper control and compensation without specifying exact terms. Chad Hugo's team is proposing that 3 aforementioned trademarks be amended to make him 50% co-owner to the name the general partnership as owner in place of Pharrell. Yeah, Pusha T ended up responding to this. And he said this is stupid and foolish. One of the people that quoted Pusha T said best, "This is foolish. It's akin to when Ralph and Johnny bought the right to the name New Edition, not for the purpose of greed, but to keep it out of someone else's hands. It was all so bad then. Why did he not sue for Nerd too? SMH, nothing more, nothing less." Push said there's not a dollar involved in this stupidity, just a lawyer looking to drain Chad's pockets. Unreal. This is why getting lawyers and more people involved in some of these situations end up becoming worse, because lawyers like to line up their pockets for the most part. They like to do things that, what's going to make me money? Should I create a problem here so I can get money out of this person? That's, unfortunately, some lawyers are like that. And even in marriages, when you legally marry by the government standards, the government then, the whole divorce thing is a money ploy. The government makes a shit ton of money. Lawyers make a shit ton of money out of it, divorces. So what they do in divorces, they divide the husband and wife and try to make them not communicate with each other to potentially resolve this. They separate the two and say, hey, this person hates you. They want to take all your stuff, blah, 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 just so they can get more money out of the situation. That's why it's hard. I know it's easier said than done, but if you're ever in a disagreement legally with somebody, or in a situation where, hey, you heard this, you heard that, please try and talk to the person directly, because it might not be that situation. And you could resolve it without getting middle people involved. Because sometimes the middle person has their best interest and they don't care about what you guys resolve. They care about lining their pockets up. So, like I said, it's a sad situation. I hope they get this resolved. I hope everybody gets, what they're owed. And I hope it's a 50-50 split, because both of them have done their just due in defining culture in general. So we'll keep our eye posted. J. Cole, I wanted to talk about the huge impact he's having on North Carolina. What am I talking about? Let's get into it. J. Cole's Dreamville Festival is set to commence this weekend, and his team has now shared some claims about the money last year's event generated. This is insane. On Tuesday, April 2nd, a representative of the rapper shared the results of the 2023 Economic Impact Report for Raleigh, North Carolina. I hope I'm saying that right. Raleigh, which is where the gathering takes place every year. The report was prepared by Angelus Economics with contributions from concert promoter Live Nation, Visit Raleigh, and the city of Raleigh, among others. Raleigh, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, man. According to the press statement, the two-day gathering last year welcomed 100,000 fans from 50 U.S. states and 23 countries. Most notably, it continues the concert series brought in over $145.9 million to Wake County, which is equivalent to 1,300 plus full-time jobs. Dreamville Festival 2024 is scheduled to take place on April 6th and April 7th. Earlier this week, 50 Cent was added to the roster as a co-headliner amid a slight change to the year's lineup. In early April, the festival announced that the Unit General will close out the opening night alongside SZA. Drafting the Candy Shop Hitmaker as a last-minute main event act might not have been a tough ask for Cole, as the pair shared the stage on the final lap tour. Yeah, so 50 said, I'll fill that shit in, man. I got you. But that is utterly ridiculous. Like, it's a two-day thing. That's all it is. 2 days. $145 million boost to the economy. Come on, man. Round of applause for J. Cole. There's nothing more you can say. J. Cole right now is, like, I can't wait for the album. I'm sure he's going to announce, maybe at the Dreamville Festival, he's probably going to announce the album. Maybe he's going to respond to Kendrick. Who knows what we're going to get, man, this weekend. We don't know. I hope J. Cole's, what would be fucking ill? Because this reminds me of, I think, Jay-Z. This reminds me of the Hot 97 summer moment where Jay-Z previewed his Takeover track towards Nas. And Takeover just had a bunch of little shots here and there towards a lot of people, actually. But that's what this reminds me of. So I hope that would be so ill if J. Cole decides, hey, I'm going to take my own damn festival and I'm going to preview some bars going at Kendrick. Come on, guys. You can't write a better fucking script. I should be the PR guy for all these guys. Come on. That'll be that'll not only will that pay homage to Jay-Z, who he was signed to with Rock Nation, but that'll create another classic hip-hop moment. Like, we can go back in time and be like, yo, that's the moment J. Cole said, fuck it. I'm tired of being humble. I'm going to respond to everybody. Everybody can get it. Piggy bang this bitch. With 50 there, too. Shit. 50 hyping this shit up? Come on, man. That'd be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. Obviously, 50 won't hype it up, but I would love J. Cole to do that. I'm hyping my own damn self thinking about it. So we'll know. I don't know. We'll see if he responds. Maybe he just does his performance and does his thing. and everybody has a great time. Maybe J. Cole doesn't say anything. I doubt it. I hope it. I think J. Cole will say something maybe on stage, and it will catch headlines everywhere. And you guys know I'm going to be on that shit ASAP. The second I hear of it, immediately going to post something about it. So, yeah, we'll keep our eye on this. But shout out to J. Cole, man. Salute to him. $145 million economic boost for 2 fucking days. Think about it. 2 days, he brought $145 million economic boost to that area. So he's doing things for his home place very well, man. So shout out to him. Kanye West. Kanye West is hit with a new lawsuit. And this has been a really weird lawsuit. So let's go over it. Kanye West has come under fire due to a new lawsuit that claims that the controversial MC threatened to cage Donda students and punch employees. That's wild. Rolling Stone obtained the lawsuit on Tuesday, April 2nd, which was filed by Trevor Phillips and includes a number of shocking claims. West allegedly attempted to install a jail at his school to cage students. Phillips also claimed that West threatened to punch him during a temper tantrum and that he gave preferential treatment to white employees. The 42-page complaint also, according to Rolling Stone, details West's spontaneous firings, a late-night summons to Nobu watching the Batman on mute. What? An awkwardly navigating Ye pretending to masturbate. What is going on? A rep for West did not immediately reply to Hip Hop DX request for comment. Phillips' lawsuit isn't the only new one Yeezy is maybe soon facing. Earlier this week, it was reported that Yes Jules planned on firing back at Kanye and his team to countersue for a recent termination. She also noted she would halt the claim if he stepped in to make things right. That's a whole different separate situation. But what? Watching late night summons to Nobu, watching the Batman on mute. What is that even? An awkwardly navigating Ye pretending to masturbate. That makes absolutely no sense. But installing a jail at his school to cage students is wild. I don't know if there's any truth to this, obviously. Like I said with the Diddy stuff, you got to see proof. You got to see but we'll keep our eye on this. But this is wild, bro. Wild. I don't even know what to make of it. Some of this stuff I can actually see being real, like late night summons to Nobu watching Batman on mute. Oh, this is ridiculous. And navigating Ye, that's just ridiculous. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, but we'll keep our eye on this and, I guess Kanye, figure out what the fuck you're doing. Continuing on, Nicki Minaj, Q-Tip, and Chuck D are doing something that I salute, so I had to cover this. This is something that needs to happen a lot more and a lot quicker because things could escalate really bad with this if we don't get it under control, and that applies to everything, not just art forms. So Nicki Minaj, Q-Tip, and Chuck D are among a huge group of artists supporting a campaign to protect artists from having their music violated by artificial intelligence. An open letter organized by the Artists' Rights Alliance sets out their opposition to the use of AI within the music industry after tech companies such as YouTube began experimenting AI music making tools. The open letter says we must protect against the predatory use of AI to steal artists' voices and likeness. The artists also called upon tech companies to not undermine or replace the human artistry of songwriters and artists or deny us fair compensation for our work. The letter also warned against the creation of technology that will violate creators' rights and destroy the music ecosystem. The letter was signed by over 200 artists, including some of the biggest names in hip-hop. As well as Minaj, Tip, Chuck, signees include Metro Boomin, Benny the Butcher, Dave East, Doechii, Jadakiss, Ja Rule, Hit Boy, and Tech 9. And then this is what it says. We call on all AI developers, technology companies, platforms, and digital music services to pledge that they will not develop or deploy AI music generation technology, content, or tools that undermine or replace the human artistry. So artists such as Drake and The Weeknd have already encountered issues with artificial intelligence imitating their sound. Yeah, we remember that bunch of, it was a trend at one moment. Now it's kind of slowed down. I really heard any AI music for a minute, which is good. I don't think, I think I've talked about this millions of times. I think if the artist, has it in their will that, hey, you guys can use my voice and continue to make music even after I pass, different story. But if the artist says, fuck no, then just leave it alone. That's it. So usually at that level, these artists at their level, they usually have a will. They have a plan for what's going to happen and they probably update it as the years go on because obviously people are going to have kids and they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to give this portion of the company to this kid, this portion to this kid. So they adjust as time goes on. But Usually you have a will if you have a lot to give away, because at that level, you make so much money that somebody's going to want to take it at one point, whether it's the family or corporations. So you better give it away to your family. It's a better bet. So yeah, we'll keep our eye on this, and hopefully this actually passes through and more, the government actually looks into us and, sets out rules and boundaries, because like I said, this can get ugly very quick. Continuing on, Billboard Hot 100, man. Here we are. Future, Metro Boomin killed it. They got charts, numbers all over. Like that, the diss track Kendrick is on. Debuted at number one. Number one with a bullet, and it's seeming like it's looking like this song is going to stay number one next week. So that's a real number one. Not those number ones that stay at number one and then fall off the next week. If this stays at least in the top 3 next week, then that's a real number one to me. I think if you can stay number one, you debut, and you stay in the top 3, the next week you're still number one. Or even in the, I don't know, I want to throw the top 10, but that's still possible. But number one, I'm getting hiccups now. Number one, Like That, Future, Metro Boomin, Kendrick Lamar. Number 2 debut type shit, Future, Metro Boomin, Travis Scott, Playboi Carti. I'm getting mad hiccups, so I got to finish this up. Number 2, Beautiful Things, Benis Bone. Number 3, Lose Control, Teddy Swims. Number 4, Too Sweet, debuted at number 5, Hosier. Cinderella, Future, Metro Boomin, Travis Scott. Number 6, Lovin' on Me, Jack Harlow. Number 7, We Don't Trust You, the title track. Number 8, debut. Number 9, debut, Young Metro, Future, Metro Boomin, Weekend. And then We Can't Be Friends, Ariana Grande, number 10. Texas Hold'em, Beyonce is number 11. Carnival is number 12 with Ye and Ty Dolla $ign. Ice Attack, Future, Metro Boomin, number 13. Scrolling down, Slimed In, Future, Metro Boomin, number 20 debut. All these are debuts, by the way, so I'm not going to say anymore. SZA Snooze, number 23. Claustrophobic, Future, Metro Boomin, number 24. SZA Saturn, number 26. Future, number 27. Magic, Don Juan, Princess Diana, number 27 debut. Sexy Red, Get It Sexy. This song's so insane. Flo Milli, Never Lose, number 29. Red Rum, 21 Savage, number 30. Act 2, Dated 8, 4 Bats featuring Drake, number 31. That's falling off the charts slowly. Fried, She a Vibe, Future, Metro Boomin, number 33. Future, Metro Boomin, Running Out of Time, number 36. Future, Metro Boomin, Everyday Hustle, number 38, with Rick Ross, a.k.a. William Roberts. GTA, Future, Metro Boomin, number 40. Ain't No Love, Future, Metro Boomin, number 41. Enough, Miami, Cardi B. Damn, this was at number 9 last week and dropped all the way down to 44. That is not a good look. Going down. Yeah, Glow stomp a little pussy up with some shell toes. Shout out to Glow, though. She said she got Eminem in her top 4 Mount Rushmore rappers. So clearly, somewhere in Glorilla's hood, they play Eminem. So Boosie and Game and whoever else says he doesn't get play in the hood, well, Glorilla said he does. So I would like to see a Glorilla and Eminem collab. So shout out to them. Yeah, Glow, number 49. It went down because of all these future, charts. And then next week, Beyonce is going to be in there. So it's going to move the numbers a lot on a lot of these. And then eventually we're going to get back to normal. And hopefully, this climbs up for Glorilla. What the Fuck You Mean, Future, Metro Boomin, number 52. Seen It All, Future, Metro Boomin, number 54. Going down, Where My Twin At, Future, Metro Boomin, number 62. Everybody, Nicki Minaj, number 66. Shakira and Cardi B, Punit Terra. I got to check that song out. Shakira's mad beautiful. Number 72 debut on that. Shout out to her. JID, Surround Sound, 21 Savage, number 78. FTCU, Nicki Minaj, number 82. Going down. Best for Me, Jordan Lucas and Jelly Roll debuted at number 93. Drake, You Broke My Heart, number 94. And that's it. I don't know if Metro Boomin and them charted the whole album on the charts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that's the whole album, I believe. 17 tracks on the charts, the whole album. I believe they have 17 tracks on the album. I could be wrong, but damn near the whole album if it's not. So shout out to them, man. Like that. Huge record. Hope they shoot a music video for it. That'll make the lyrics even more deadlier. Hopefully they get an actor that looks like Drake and an actor that looks like J. Cole. That'll be really funny. That's my idea for it. Do a Slim Shady type of route. Do some comedy with the Kendrick. while you're roasting them and getting a number one hit. So shout out to all of them for doing their thing. And that's it for today's episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast. As always, support Golden Eagle Energy Drink. They sponsored all season 4 of the podcast. Go to drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Show them love. As always, you show them love. You're showing us love. So please support them. Spotify, Deezer, podcast, YouTube, all that. Have an amazing night, day, whenever you listen to this, and peace.